Every financial firm has some distinct principles that make it unique. And so on today's episode, you're so used to watching Frank Oliver talk about planning for finances and retirement. Well, we want to really find out what makes Oliver Asset Management unique on today's episode, just in case you're ever considering working with the team. We're going to dive into their planning philosophy and their principles and what makes them tick. So stay tuned. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Time Blueprint with Frank Oliver of Oliver Asset Management. Here we break down taxes, income, money, and estate planning, giving you the tools to make informed financial decisions and aim for better retirement outcomes. Your host is financial advisor Frank Oliver, the president and founder of Oliver Asset Management. He's the author of Your Time Is Now, sharing the essentials you need to know to craft a comprehensive and customized retirement plan. Dive in with us as we offer clear strategies and straightforward advice, all designed to empower you in your financial journey. Welcome to the Time Blueprint.
Frank, we're back for another episode.
Yes, we are.
I'm going to put the spotlight on you today.
All right.
We always do because you're the one answering the questions for us and helping us.
I combed my hair today and everything, so I'm ready for
you.
You
got the nice jacket
right?
on today. You're looking nice. It's just as good. I like it. But no, we're going to put the spotlight on you just in the way of trying to learn a little bit more about Oliver Asset Management, how you guys do what you do, why you do what you do, all that good stuff. So let's dive in. I want to start just with a zoomed out view, perhaps, of your core values. Is there a mission statement or a core values guide that you guys use as part of your planning process? How do you kind of define that part of your role for clients?
Yeah, I think our mission statement has changed a few times over the last 23 years. And I'm not sure that we necessarily have a mission statement today, and I know that this is going to sound like a cliche line, but we really do put the client's interest first. We always do what's best for the client. Our firm really starts out by looking at the client's interests, their retirement goals, their objectives. We understand everything about their kids, their grandkids, where they like to vacation. Are they people that just go hiking in Colorado, or do they like to go to Europe and travel over there? So we learn the client, we understand the client. We know, in our software, we put down what their dogs' names are. And, their birthdays, their anniversaries, where they a veteran. And we throw great parties for our clients. Our VIP clients are the ones that refer some business to us. So we really strive to take care of our clients and understand who they are as a person.
Okay.
And once we have that understanding, then I think the planning, that's where the planning starts. But I think it makes the planning, I guess, more accurate, but just more customized to their personal life.
Sure.
Because everybody looks at a dollar bill in a retirement plan as more, just numbers on a spreadsheet.
Okay.
But everybody's money has to do something different for them, right? Some people have done such a good job of saving, they'll never use all. Some people have great pensions and Social Security, so maybe they're more philanthropic with their money because they know that, ultimately they're going to have enough to give to charities. Some folks maybe have had some difficulties in their life and weren't able to save quite as much, so their money has to work for them in an entirely different manner. So looking at the client, studying the client, understanding their needs, their goals, their objectives, their lifestyle, their family, I think that's what separates us from a lot of, I guess, I don't want to say a cookie cutter firm, but a cookie cutter firm.
Well, I think that it makes a lot of sense. There's a different way that you could certainly go about it. Someone could come through the door and you immediately start talking about products and strategies and solutions, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, those are part of the process, but you don't start there. You put the client first, not only from a financial perspective, but what I'm hearing from you is from a personality and an interest and a goals perspective.
Absolutely.
You want to know them as a person, as a couple, if they're coming in together, before you even really worry about the financial component.
Yeah, that's 100% right. I was talking to Kyle yesterday. He had a first meeting with a prospect, and it was interesting. So we changed our educational workshop up a little bit.
Okay.
And on this educational workshop, we brought in a couple different slides into our slide deck, showcasing a couple different financial products that we've taken on. And they're really outstanding products, and it really is a captivating conversation to talk about these. And the last 3 meetings we've had upstairs, the people that came in from the educational workshop, the first thing out of their mouth was, tell me about that product you're talking about at the workshop. And in all 3 occasions, we had to say, we're going to get there. We have no problems filling you in and educating you on how this works. But let's see if this product actually fits your lifestyle. You might not even need this product. So we work very, very hard at striving not to just sell product.
Yeah.
Because it's just not right for the client. You got to understand their situation first. And the client really appreciated it.
A lot of people call themselves financial advisors. It's a pretty wide definition.
Sure.
A lot of financial advisors, I'm sure, would lick their chops at something like that. When someone's like, tell me more about this product, they're all more than happy to jump into that process and skip all the stuff.
Exactly. Our industry, I think, we do have to sell products, but it's negligent and incorrect to sell product without understanding what product fits that client's need.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there are some things that make different financial planning firms unique. They might work with a particular niche, maybe a particular type of business person, or in a specific industry. Maybe it's age specific. I'm guessing that since you deal with retirement a lot, your niche might be folks planning for retirement or closer to that age or milestone. But what else makes that part of you unique from other financial advisors out there?
Yeah, the unique word's kind of interesting. I do enjoy working with baby boomers, pre-retirees and retirees, kind of the 5 years before and the 5 years after. Not necessarily that that's the only age brackets that we work with, but I think that is a very challenging and important part of retirement. More situations or more components can fail at that part of your retirement or create bigger challenges in that part of your retirement than any other part of your life, because your recovery time is less, right?
Yes. That's why you really wanted to specialize and focus in that.
100%. And it is a more challenging universe or space to be in the financial planning or retirement planning arena, because of the complexities of, you have to guide them to the day that they can actually retire, right?
Okay.
Frank, I want to retire in 2 years. Is that going to work? We have to run all of that data. Frank, I want to retire to like Social Security at this date. We have to run all of that data. Frank, I want to retire to like Social Security, buy a cabin in Estes Park, and we have to run that data. Frank, how much money do I have to have saved? Yeah. When you're going, when you're, in your 40s and you're going through your working years, pay off your debt, save some money in a 401k, save more than you spend, and ultimately you should end up having a decent retirement. But that 5 years before retirement is crucial to make those important decisions, and it is a little bit more complex, and we thrive at that. We really love that.
Planning for a 55, 60-year-old, very different than helping a 30-year-old, 40-year-old even.
Absolutely.
And those challenges are what you've decided to really focus on and become as specialized as you can.
Absolutely.
In that retirement zone. Okay. Yep. Are there any particular questions that you like to ask clients that help you kind of just learn a little bit more about their situation, or that help determine if they're a great fit to work with you?
Yeah, I think just lifestyle in general, understanding the client's lifestyle really helps us understand who they are as a person.
Yeah.
Right. Again, when we think of money, we think of spreadsheets. But understanding, are these folks going to be the ones that are going to want to vacation a lot as soon as they retire?
A new car every 3 years.
Yeah.
Or they like to give a lot to charity. Or
absolutely.
They want to keep saving as much as possible to give to the next generation.
That's absolutely right, Jeff. So just understanding everything about the client really helps us do a better job.
Okay. How do you help clients build a financial plan and make informed decisions along the way? Because this isn't just a one-time financial plan, right? They become kind of clients for life.
Sure.
Is that how you guys operate?
Yeah. So when we build a plan, it's a living, breathing plan, and technology today has really enabled us to do a much better job at that. So once we get the plan built, it's pretty laborious on the front end, trying to get that plan built and get it executed. But once it's in place, making different scenarios and making some adjustments along the way, isn't as difficult as the initial onset of building that plan.
Okay. But you need a plan that is adjusting.
You have to have a plan that adjusts. Our software, we have some inputs that will automatically adjust for inflation. It'll automatically adjust for taxes, depending on what's going on with the tax brackets, what Congress is going to make, if they're going to make changes in when the tax bill now sunsets at the end of 2025. It's got a living, breathing expense plan in there. So we know payoff dates on loans and cars, and if they're going to buy another car in 5 years, and so everything adjusts, and it's always constantly moving in the background. And then on top of that, we've made some manual adjustments. So it really keeps people on point.
Do you remember the old rotisserie commercials with the infomercials?
Yeah.
The guy from the rotisserie machine, the crowd's going crazy over how good the chicken looks. And it's the set it and then the whole crowd go, forget it. If someone could, I would imagine there are advisors out there who sell their financial planning process in a similar fashion. Hey, one-stop shop. They would almost counter you, I would imagine, by saying, hey, I don't want to bog you down with constant meetings and follow-ups, and we're not going to consistently try to sell you something. Come in, we'll do one plan, send you out the door, you're good to go, set it and forget it. you would view that as a very kind of dangerous way to approach financial planning.
Yeah, 100%.
Not a positive, as positive as the rotisserie idea.
Yeah, and our industry gets a lot of black eyes for that. I think most of the prospects that visit us after a workshop, I think the biggest disappointment that I hear from them is that their advisor doesn't call them.
Okay.
They have to call the advisor. And then when they call the advisor and ask a specific question or say, I think I'd like to do this, it's almost like they're guiding the advisor and asking for justification. And they're not really getting the hard truth from the advisor. And the advisor's not making the hard recommendations. So we do quarterly reviews until they get tired of us, and then we'll tone that down if they want. But we make adjustments to the software, the planning, the investments on a quarterly basis, as long as they can, drink my coffee every 3 months.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I think that's part of too. I can see the vision, why you want clients, why you want to know their interests, know more about them so that you can make the planning process a little bit more fun and I don't know, if intimate is the right word, but personal than just that cookie cutter and very kind of, stagnant sort of plan and relationship.
Yeah. I did a Zoom meeting with a client yesterday, and first question out of my mouth is, how's the cabin going? Okay. I know exactly where they're building. I know where their lot is. I know the colors they've picked, Yeah. And so it's nice to understand and know your client on a friendly level.
You like to celebrate milestones with them along the way?
Sure. Absolutely. Anniversaries, retirement dates. We don't necessarily, celebrate, monetary like financial milestones, but maybe if they paid off a mortgage, paid off a car, help their kid through school.
Sure.
And I like the fun ones. I like birthdays. I like anniversaries. Anniversary is a big milestone. To see somebody hit their 25th wedding anniversary, their 50th wedding anniversary, that those are pretty neat. Those are special days.
Yeah, very special. I want to remind folks, if you are interested in coming in for a complimentary review of your plan, if you've never been through formal planning, it's pretty painless to actually go through a consultation and an initial review.
Fun.
It's something that you do complimentary for free for folks who are interested in learning a little bit more about
I'll
the
definitely
process.
give them an hour for free. Absolutely. Come in and learn everything about what we do.
If you've been listening to the show or watching us today on YouTube and you're like, yeah, I might be a good fit for this. I'm getting close to retirement, maybe recently retired. I don't have a formal plan in place. I find that what's helpful is if you still have a lot of questions about your future. I'm not sure if I've got enough to retire. I want to retire when I'm 63, but I'm not sure if I can.
Right.
Those are key little moments that should say, okay, a solid plan is going to help me.
Sure.
And that would mean you'd probably be a great fit to work with Frank and the team. So they can help you define a retirement path forward. All you have to do is come in, go through a complimentary review of your financial plan. Frank's going to take you through the time blueprint process, making sure that your taxes, your income, your money, and estate planning are all considered in the plan, walk you through that strategy session. You can do it in person in the office in Longmont, Colorado, or from Zoom, wherever you are. And you can use the hassle-free calendar online to book a time that's convenient for you. Just check the show notes or the description of today's show. That link to book an appointment is going to be right there. Schedule it and come on in to visit.
Redefine your retirement with Oliver Asset Management. Experience the impact of our time blueprint process. Taxes, income, money, and estate planning. Book a free 30-minute strategy session with Frank Oliver. Propel your retirement goals forward with a strategic plan tailored to your ambitions. Click the link in the description to schedule your free strategy session today.
All right, Frank, we're talking about what makes you and the firm unique. Before we wrap up, I just want to talk about how do your values as a firm help influence the long-term success of your clients? Do you have a story perhaps that might drive this home where what made you unique helped a client succeed in the long term?
Yeah. It's interesting that we're doing the podcast today because 2 nights ago, I made Frank's world famous green chili.
Okay.
I love green chilies. And I made way too much. We bought 2 bushels of green chilies. Our refrigerator is stocked with green chili. And we have a client, and he's just a very, very neat, very special guy, pastor from years ago. And every time he makes a batch of green chili, he brings me some.
Okay.
So yesterday on the way home, I called him. I said, guess what I got, Bob? He's like, you didn't make green chili, did you? Absolutely, yes. So, I mean, we want to be friends with our clients, right?
Yeah.
It just creates a big family. I think that's what makes us unique. You're not a number when you walk through our door, So Bob says, the timing couldn't work perfect. I love to cook, but I'm going in for surgery next week. So give me enough so I don't have to cook next week. So he's coming in today to pick up some green chili. So we share recipes, and it's just neat. We just get to meet our clients like that. I belong to a pheasant hunting ranch just east of Longmont here. I take my clients pheasant hunting. I try to go fishing with them. We just we become family. So
Yeah.
I think that's a special feeling that we have here.
Do your clients meet each other at these events and become friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Offshoots.
Absolutely.
They're tapping into this whole other group and family of people in a similar life phase, I would think.
Yep, 100%. It's neat. And we hear that comment a lot, that it's so nice to go to your parties and see that, see the similar people. We become friends with several of them. So we had a big pig roast. This was not this year, but 2 years ago. On this table, everybody started talking. They all became friends. Well, there's a little biker bar just on the east side of Berthoud. And it's actually a really fun pub, and they have live music from the beer garden out there. So one Saturday we stopped by to get a beer and a burger. Guess who was there? That entire table party was sitting there listening to that music, because the same band that we hired for our party was playing at that outdoor beer garden, and they all became friends, shared numbers, and they all ended up going there. So we're creating memories.
How cool is that? Very neat.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for sharing some of these stories with us, Frank. I think it's important to understand that the planning process it's bigger than just the numbers.
Sure.
It is about those personal relationships and learning and understanding all of those different elements.
Yep, absolutely. The plan is huge. Don't think we just come in here and have a good time with our clients. Planning is huge. We're very, very detailed with planning process. Planning is everything, but you also have to add some personal touch to it. So.
Yeah. A lot of people can punch numbers into a calculator. Building those personal relationships, though, is pretty neat.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's neat. Yeah. Again, if you want to come in for a complimentary review of your financial plan, just check the link in the show notes or the description of today's show, and you can book that free consultation. Again, meet in person or over Zoom. That link is in the description of today's show, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcasting app. We'll also put the number and the website address on the screen so you can check us out that way as well. Frank, thanks so much.
Thank you, Walter.
We'll see everybody next time, right back here on the Time Blueprint.
Have a great day.
Advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Creative One Wealth, LLC, and Oliver Asset Management are unaffiliated entities. Licensed insurance professional. Respond and learn how financial products, including life insurance and annuities, can be used in various planning strategies for retirement. The information contained herein is based on our understanding of current tax law. The tax and legislative information may be subject to change and different interpretations. We recommend that you seek professional tax advice for applicability to your personal situation.